Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over the Geo rework kits that was just put out a little while ago. So first one's going to be Sunfac. So he had some changes. Basic is still the same. Actually, it's Hive Mind bonus. Basic is the same. His special has they added the 40% turn meter to remove 40% turn meter from the target enemy and can't be evaded. Second special, they removed the Sunfat recovers 25% of his max health if the target is suffering from a negative status effect. But instead, they added as staggers them for 2 turns. If the target was already debuffed before this attack, also blinds and dazes them for 2 turns. So that helps out with dealing with nests and controlling teams out a little bit more. Hive Tactics is unique. They keep the counter chance. They removed the deals 15% more damage if he attacks outside of his turn, but he has 25% potency and inflicts critical chance down for 2 turns, which adding more debuffs to the enemies is kind of key. There's a Hive Mind bonus. When Sunfac taunts, he gains defense up, and health steal up for 2 turns. And other Geonosian allies gain those buffs for 2 turns whenever he loses a taunt. So that would help with if they dispel his taunt, that allows the team to heal up because of health up and health steal up to allow them to recover health and more health to make them a little bit more tankier and more survivable than defense help. Defense up just allows them to be a little bit more tankier. So overall, Sunfac looks even more viable. And then let's go to Poggle. So the Hive Mind bonus, whenever another Geonosian ally uses ability on his or her turn, doing 50% less damage, equalizing health. So that'd be a lot. That just adds. They all have it, but it allows a lot more assisting. His basic name was changed to Martial Doom. Deals damage to target enemy with an 80% chance. That was increased to inflict ability block for 1 turn. This attack deals 10% more damage for each debuffed enemy, so it could be around 50% more for like PvP and Grand Arena purposes. But for like GOTB, it could be a little higher if they have more than 5 people. So it allows his basic to deal a little bit more damage than hitting for a wet noodle. Warlord's Resolve, his first special. Poggle dispels all debuffs on all allies and gain 4% turn meter for each debuff dispelled. So that allows it to cleanse everybody, another cleanse for the team, and allows to gain turn meter. So he gains a bunch of more turn meter so he can go again a little quicker. Also grants all Separatist allies offense up for 3 turns, then calls another targeted ally to assist. So you can call like the spy in to get him stealth so you can set him up for his next attack or whatever, which we'll be going over spy shortly. His leader, Separatist allies have 30% offense, which is boosted from what it was. Droid allies recover 10% health whenever they attack out of turn and damage a target locked enemy. The attack out of turn part, not super beneficial for droids, but the damage target locked enemy is. The attack out of turn would mostly affect like BB-8 or B1, but B1 stuck at 1 health anyway, so it doesn't really affect B1 at all. Poggle has a 5% evasion for each other ally with Hive Mind. So with Brute and Brute Alpha, it could be 25% evasion. Separatist allies without Hive Mind have 25%. Without Hive Mind have 25% offense and gain additional 25 offense for each defeated ally. So allows Separatist allies without the Hive Mind to get 25% more. So if he's a leader and they don't have Brute Alpha on the field, you have 55% more offense for Separatists if he's also the leader. And gains an additional 25% for each defeated ally. So every time an ally gets defeated, they get additional 25%, allowing your team to hit pretty hard when it gets down to the last couple characters. And the Hive Mind bonus, Geonosian allies remove 1% turn meter from target enemy whenever they attack out of turn, which doesn't look like a lot because it's only 1%. But when you start adding all the attacking out of turns, call to assists, counter attacks, that 1% can add up to be a decent amount, especially in the long run. and that's the Poggle the Lesser. So Geonosian Spy. They left his basic the same. So he uses a system of another Geonosian ally using the ability during his turn, dealing 50% less damage. Equalizing health, and that's the hive mind. Basic, they actually changed a little bit. That hive mind up there keeps confusing me. Basic deals physical damage to target enemy and Geonosian Spy. Gains, they added gains in there. Critical chance up for 2 turns. This ability can't be evaded, which is very useful. This chance is doubled if the attack does not score a critical hit. So I'm pretty sure the critical chance was a percentage up. So now it's just guaranteed. And they took out the doubled part. His first special deals damage to target enemy. They remove if they have a positive status effect, to if the Geonosian Spy is stealthed. When this ability is used, dispel all status effects on himself and the target and deal 40% more damage for each effect dispelled this way. This ability can't be evaded. So they just pretty much allowed him to, whenever he's stealthed, he gets it. So he dispels all status effects on himself and the target. So he has to be stealth to get it. So you're getting at least 40% more damage just by stealth. And if you do this basic first, you'll have critical chance up. So that's a second buff. So that's 80% just by him attacking, being called to assist, and then doing his first special. Which would be a decent chunk of damage added to him, especially if Poggle is in there, so getting 30% more offense. And if he doesn't have Hive Mind, another 25%. Another 20% added to that, and then for each defeated, so he can hit pretty hard if they don't have Hive Mind, and he's one of the last few characters alive. Hive Mind bonus for this ability. Inflict evasion down on the target enemy for 2 turns after all other effects have been dispelled. So after he cleanses himself, dispels all buffs on himself, and dispels all the buffs on the enemy, he then applies evasion down. So it makes it even harder for them to not evade his first special. Special 2. Illicit Intel, 4-turn cooldown. Grants all separatist allies potency up for 2 turns, and then exposes all enemies for 2 turns. This ability can't be evaded. So the expose can still be resisted, just can't be evaded. And giving potency up to all allies, separatist allies, can be useful for applying more debuffs, which applying more debuffs will allow his first special to hit harder when they have more debuffs on them. Because it dispels all status effects, not just positive status effects. And then the Hive Mind bonus is reduce the Silent Strike's cooldown by 1. So it reduces his cooldown of his first special by 1. So instead of cooldown 3, it'll be a cooldown, if he just used it, it'll be back down to 1 already. Hive Tactics, Geonosian Spy gains stealth for 3 turns at the start of each encounter and whenever he scores a critical hit. So it allows him to go stealth if you call him out of turn, because he'll score a critical hit, and he'll go stealth, and get the critical chance up with his basic. During their turn, whenever a Geonosian ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, Geonosian Spy gains 35% turn meter. So they're being, on their turn, so a lot of their basics apply debuffs, so you'll be getting a lot in 35% turn meter increases, and a lot of their specials apply it too. So he'll be getting a lot of turn meter gain from that. Whenever another enemy is exposed, they lose stealth if they had it. So his second special, which exposes all enemies for 2 turns, which will clear off like all of R2-D2 smoke screen. Dengar, if he doesn't resist the expose, he'll come out of stealth. And any other characters that are in stealth will also come out of stealth when he uses his second special. So that's Geonosian Spy. Geonosian Soldier. So Hive Mind bonus again. So his first special, Aggressive Advance, deals physical damage to target enemy. They remove with a 55% chance to gain offense up for 3 turns. So he no longer gains offense up, but he inflicts tenacity down for 2 turns. So another debuff on his basic. But it allows other people to apply debuffs easier because of tenacity down. His first special deals physical damage to target enemy and calls a random ally to assist if their assisting an ally is Geonosian. They added both attackers deal 25% more damage. So it allows you to like call Spy or Poggle or Sun Fact, depending on whatever basic bonus you want to affect, because all their basics do something different. So it allows you to deal more damage and hive mind bonuses instead of select. So when the hive mind bonus is whenever you have hive mind from Geonosian Brute. So instead, select the ally who assists. So you get a targeted assist, so you can choose who you want to assist if the Brute Alpha with the Brute is active. If not, you just random. His unique Hive Tactics. Geonosian allies have plus 15% critical chance, which helps out with your team critting and doing a little more damage. Geonosian Soldier gains 25% turn meter when scoring a critical hit. So whenever he scores a critical hit, he gets 25% turn meter. So allows him, whenever he attacks out of turn, he'll get more turn meter and allow him to go faster and dealing more damage. Geonosian allies have 35% defense penetration, which isn't a whole lot, but it's still enough to boost the overall damage of the team when the Brute is active. So overall, the reworks look really good, but they require Geonosian Brute Alpha with the Geonosian, with his unique, calling the Geonosian Brute in. Having his Zeta on his unique, allowing the Brute to taunt immediately, will allow more survivability for the team and make the team overall really hard to defeat, and allows them to kill way more enemies faster. And that's the reworks for the Geonosians. If you enjoy the video, hit like and subscribe. Till next time.